Good morning, all Middlesbrough Football Club fans. What a state we're in, aren't we? What a fantastic start to the season we've had. And then we go and lose our manager, who really has got the club firing. But what a turncoat. Saying he wouldn't leave Middlesbrough for any other club other than Wolves. He might be right with that one. You know, there's a big relationship between him and Wolves as a player, as a coach. His family are in the area. I get all that. Has he committed managerial suicide? Well, time will tell, won't it? But I do think Wolves have appointed him, probably knowing that they're going to get relegated and going to give him a year to try to get the club up. Now, if Wolves go down, which we all think they will, if by Christmas next year Wolves aren't in the top three, I think Rob Edwards would lose his job, and then the managerial suicide will have been committed. Where do Middlesbrough go from here? Well, we know we've got a fantastic chairman who really cares about the club. We've got some of the best supporters in English football. Our away support is just amazing. It's incredible, and everybody says it. We heard Rob Edwards' words about when they went to Rangers, etc. But now it looks as if it was just all for show. He said what he wanted us all to hear. He is almost a football manager in politicians' clothing. Sorry, a politician in football manager's clothing. He lies. He, as I said, hasn't told the truth. You know, he give us all this bullshit about how great the fans were and what a great club, blah, blah, blah. And his first opportunity is off after doing such a wonderful job at Middlesbrough. But there you go, we've got to move on from this. Now, ADV Rash bonded the club together brilliantly last week with all this that was going on, and a great result against Birmingham, where I think a lot of fans were worried and expected us probably maybe to slip up. We didn't. We got a very good win and pushed us back into the automatic promotion placings. We need to stay there. We certainly need to stay in the top six. Now, for me, and this is just my opinion, let's look at Leeds United. I know we're in a manager search at the moment. It looks as if it's between Gerrard, O'Neill and Corberan. Well, let's start with Gary O'Neill. Gary O'Neill is not a big fan with Middlesbrough fans. They really never forgot what he did on a match day once, basically claimed sick so he could go and watch the golf. So is this man committed? I would say no, probably needs committing. I don't think he would be the choice of the fans. I think the fans would be very upset if Gary O'Neill got the job. And what is worrying at the moment is he is still a week on top of the odds to get the job. The next one, Steven Gerrard. Now, Steven Gerrard did a wonderful thing at Rangers Football Club, and he probably should have stayed there. And I think in hindsight, he should have. In hindsight, I'm sure he would agree with me that he should have stayed at Rangers and seen if he could have won the title again for a second year and won some more trophies. But he didn't. He went on to Aston Villa and failed miserably. It just didn't work out for Steven Gerrard. Was Aston Villa too big a club? Probably. And it didn't work out. A bit like Frank Lampard at Chelsea, it didn't work out. Steven Gerrard, for me, would be suitable for the Championship, and I'm sure he would love to go into competition with Frank Lampard of Coventry. Can Steven Gerrard do a good job? I think the younger players at Middlesbrough, and let's face it, it's a very young squad, would look up to Steven Gerrard. I think they'd be in awe of him. He is a genuine legend of the game. What a superb captain of England and Liverpool. His credentials say it all. His attributes are there. He did it with Rangers, and let's say, Rangers are probably equivalent to a mid-table Championship club, and he did a wonderful thing there. So I think Steven Gerrard could do an excellent job for Middlesbrough. And I said the players would be in awe of him. I think they'd play for him. I think he'd get the best out of them. I think the fans would love having Steven Gerrard here. It would almost be like the Brian Robson era all over again, 30 years on. Corberan, Corbyn, for me, hasn't, I don't know why they're singing the praises of this man. He hasn't really achieved anything. He is struggling like mad with Valencia in Spain right now. He didn't really do anything at West Brom. He didn't. Huddersfield Town, yeah, I suppose that was a pretty decent achievement, what he did there, getting them to the playoffs. But I don't think he's the right choice. I think Middlesbrough would be taking a massive step backwards if we appointed Corbyn. Now, out of them three, I'd have to go for Steven Gerrard for what I've already stated. But I'm going to throw a spanner in the works here. Leeds United keep threatening to sack Daniel Farke. And I think this is probably going to happen, if not before Christmas, early in the new year. So my suggestion is Middlesbrough stick with ADV Vash, maybe bring another coach in temporarily for now and let him run the club until the new year. I think he'll do a good job. The players respect him. He's got a fantastic reputation in the Championship. Look what he did as assistant to Mark Robbins at Coventry. This man is an incredible coach. He gets the best out of players. He puts his arm around players. He talks to players. He listens to players. So give him the job for what, the next 6, 7, 8 weeks? Daniel Farke, I am almost certain by then, will have been sacked by Leeds. And why do I say Daniel Farke? Well, Daniel Farke got Norwich City promoted twice. He got Leeds United promoted once from the Championship. This man has a proven record of getting clubs out of the Championship into the Premier League. Would he be the man to stay on in the Premier League? Well, we don't know that, because he hasn't, when he's been in the Premier League, he has struggled and has lost his job. So, if we want him to get out of the Championship into the Premier League, the promised land, then for me, Daniel Farke has to be the man we go for. Now, if he feels, I mean, it might be worth, I know Steve Gibson doesn't like going for managers who are currently employed because of the compensation, etc. But we've just got probably 3.5 to 4 million compensation for Rob Edwards. Now, it's probably going to cost us more than that to get Daniel Farke out of Leeds. But if we hang on, and let's face it, I think most of us do believe Farke will lose his job in the next 6 or 8 weeks. I'd be amazed if he doesn't, unless Leeds turn the corner. I think 2 more defeats, say, in a row could see Daniel Farke out the door, because Leeds would then probably drop into the bottom 3 in the Premier League, and then it could be downhill from then. So my idea as a Borough fan of over 50 years is hang on for Daniel Farke. Proven as a Championship manager, 3 times promoted from the Championship to the Premier League. He has a proven track record. He plays attractive attacking football. We've seen Leeds over recent years. They've been exciting to watch. We saw Norwich when he was in charge. They were exciting to watch. And if he can bring that to Middlesbrough in the Championship, then surely he has to be the choice. But if Middlesbrough aren't wanting to hang on and give ADV Vash maybe 6 or 8 weeks, then Steven Gerrard would have to be the choice. Let me know what you think, Borough fans. It's a difficult time for us. It's not the ideal time of the year to be losing a manager, but we need to do something. But for me, there's only one real choice here. Daniel Farke. Wait till he's sacked and give him the job.